Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television. I am Yomi Otaigbe. This week's edition of the program features the fire incident that destroyed several shops in the popular Mandilas building in Lagos Island. Still in Lagos, another enforcement of traffic laws leads to the seizure of hundreds of commercial motorcycles in the Apapa area of the state. And residents cry for help as oil spillage endangers livelihood of a fishing community in Bayelsa State. These and more in a moment. We begin from Lagos, where about 450 shops were reportedly destroyed after fire gutted the popular Mandelas building on Broad Street in Lagos Island.
Eyewitnesses' videos show various angles of fire in the popular Mandelas building on Broad Street, Central Business District of Lagos Island. Firefighters put in efforts to contain the inferno as it sweeps through shops and offices. It's a sad day for shop owners and traders. Some watch helplessly as their goods are consumed by the fire.
One of my boys called me that they are scattering the air condition we mounted on top of the building, on top of the roof. And that is where the landlord made space for us to mount the AC. I asked what happened. They said that they want to do one small work on the roof. And we are having a leakage roof before. So we thought that they want to do that roof so it will stop leaking, not knowing that they want to remove the roof entirely, not that they want to remove the roof entirely and put another decking with iron to do another shop. One of my boy came, the boy is here. The boy came to the shop because of that open roof. He was watching those welder, they were doing the work. The first fire dropped at the POP. The boy quenched the first fire. The second one dropped and he was calling the attention of the welders. None of them gave him a listening ear till the fire became so much.
But looking at the capacity of the building and also the inner content of the building, where PVC, which is a fire-like materials, are, and POP materials, you know, these are good fire conductors. And secondly, the largeness of the building is also a very serious threat to the activity of the fire service. But they have worked so hard to make sure that they will put off the fire. But the rate at which these materials that are fire related are in that building makes it to seem as if it's impossible. Then shoes, belts, and the rubber materials are most of the content of the shops that are inside that particular plaza that is involved.
The fire, which reportedly started around midday, continues smoldering into the late hours of the day.
Equipment needed to fight this kind of fire, we have them at hand. Only accessibility that disappointed us. However, we are on top of everything. We're able to curb the fire easily. The market people should be fire conscious. You raised a question about hydrant. All the hydrant point has been removed and constructed a kind of shop on the hydrant. We couldn't have access to the hydrant in Lagos Island. It's an issue. But going forward, this agency and the Ministry of Special Duty, we are going to visit the market and ensure that all the hydrant points is fished out, and secondly, all the accessibility has to make a way.
If not because of their resilience and their quick response to this fire incident, it could have been a different story. You could have known that there is limitations in having access to this place. And this is where the major fire started. But at the point when they couldn't have access, because of their experience, they are fighting the fire from the back. And that's why it has taken them too long time to get to this position we are. What they are doing now, they are doing the damping down. What do we mean by damping down? Is that they are trying to clear every other rebel so that there is no extension of fire going forward. You see, the positions or the layout of this place has never been in this form, even though because of the fact that if you look at the surrounding buildings, there is a lot of multiple extensions that have taken over the access roads to every other place in the case there is a fire incident. So for me, coming here today and seeing the multiple extensions, as you can see around all over, it baffles me. So we as a government, we know we have a lot to do to curtail this kind of extension so that when there is a fire outbreak, we will have easy access to fight the fire.
At about 3 o'clock, one of the security officers called my line that there is a fire outbreak at the complex. At the first point, I was like devastated, and I have to put myself together. I drove down to the island. On getting here, this place was like something else, jam-packed. There was no access. I couldn't go up. My office is at the 7th floor. I couldn't go up to the 7th floor. I was here till 8 o'clock in the evening. I was just here helpless. And unfortunately, when you access the front of Mandelas Mall, you won't even know there's a fire at the back. It's so deceiving. And the back is actually burning. I met some firefighters here. They were not able to access the back. It's so unfortunate. My office was burning at the 7th floor and burnt down to ashes. I couldn't rescue a pin out of it. This is the office complex, my own office that housed 6 lawyers plus my supporting staffs. A lot of gadgets there, a lot of files, a whole lot of things that I kept in my office to make it comfortable as a lady that I am. Everything burnt down to ashes.
About 48 hours later, some officials of the National Emergency Management Agency assess what happened at the Mandelas Plaza.
From what I gather is that most of this attachment that has been attached to some of these buildings, they had to get them out for them to be able to at least provide sanity within the market area. Okay? But also we're trying to find out about the issue of insurance. The traders, are they having insurance so that they'll be able to transfer the risks to the insurers? At least the policyholder will transfer the risks of whatsoever he has to the insurance agency. But we have not really been able to get to that. So I think investigation is still ongoing. I don't want to jump the train now and say, okay, probably A, B, C, D. But after the investigation, I'm sure the true state of things will be known.
The Oshodi-Apapa Expressway was the next stop for the Lagos State Environment and Special Offences Enforcement Unit as it continues to enforce the state traffic laws on commercial motorcycle operators. The raid appears to be one of the biggest in recent time as over 250 motorcycles were seized in a single operation.
Pandemonium plays out as members of the Lagos State Environment and Special Offences Enforcement Unit raid commercial motor operators, also known as Okada riders, plying the Oshodi-Apapa Road, one of the restricted routes in Lagos. The chairman of the task force, Chief Superintendent of Police Shola Jejeloye, leads the enforcement exercise, one of a kind and backed upon by the team. At the sight of these heavily armed operatives, the Okada riders flee. The enforcement leads to a massive seizure of motorcycles.
This is Apapa, their major garage, where they operate to Mile 2, they operate to Toyota, they operate to even Marina. Because people in Marina, they are complaining. People in Apapa, the GRA Apapa, they are complaining that they don't have a stronghold. But this is their takeoff point. So this is what makes this a very special operation. We don't always come here. I think this should be the second time in the last 1 year. This is a major express. By parking their Okada here or doing business here, they have already contravened the law. And this equally falls under Apapa local government, which is one of the restricted routes according to the law of the Lagos state government. So this makes it special because this area is volatile. You can see trailers parked left, right, center. So we need to devise an operational means to ensure that there is no chaos, there is no fatality, and there is no breakdown of law and order. So a lot of professionalism is involved in this particular operation.
Beside Okada riders, the task force also searched roadside traders. In the aftermath of the enforcement, sanity returns to the area. Free flow of traffic restored to the once congested road.
You know, most of our operations is to pass a message across to the would-be offenders. It's also to make a statement that we are not going to back out on government laws. We can see a lot of black markets, selling of black market fuel and this is going on here. We are using this avenue to pass this message across to them that we are going to visit them because we will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that criminality, violation of laws is brought to an end.
In a press release by the Public Relations Office of the agency, Badenyo Abdurrahim, the Lagos State Task Force reveals that 253 commercial motorcycles were impounded in the latest enforcement and over 950 seized in January in different parts of the state. From the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway, the impounded motorcycles are transported to the task force office for stock taking before further action. The Lagos State Task Force says it is more committed and has rejigged its operations to curb the nuisance of Okada riders across the state.
Somebody, action! Too much. Let's go.
Welcome back. We move on to Bayelsa State in South Nigeria, where the National Oil Spills Detection and Response Agency has stepped in to address the concerns of Forepaw, a fishing settlement in southern Ijaw local government area of the state. This came as residents called the attention of government to the oil leakage affecting their livelihoods.
A joint investigation team embarks on sea journey that lasted for over 4 hours on the high sea. Their destination is Forepaw, a community whose main occupation is fishing. On the seashore lies dead fish believed to have been poisoned by crude oil residues noticeable on the seashore. The investigation team, made up of officials from the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, the Bayelsa State Ministry of Environment, and the Ijaw Youth Council, are here to ascertain the source of the oil spill. Their visit to the community follows complaints by eyewitnesses and residents.
So this is F04.
F03.
F03.
The process involves collecting water and sand samples.
So we came in response of that complaint to do the needful, and NODRA being the lead agency of oil spill response, we are here to do the needful, and we have collected the samples for further analysis so that we can know where the source of the incident is, and that is the reason why we are here, and we have done that. Whatever thing we have taken is for us to actually know whether what we have collected, there's a percentage of hydrocarbon. That's what we can tell you now. But the samples we have collected will tell us, then we cannot do the normal fingerprinting to actually know the source of the spill.
We had the oil spillage experience on the 3rd of January that we collected the sample and we went with it to Yanangwa, and we made our report to the necessary offices, NOSRA, the Ministry of Environment, federal, state, and other ministries. So they promised that for them to confirm the company that owns or caused the spillage, they have to come and verify for themselves. So they booked a date, and today all of us came down from Yenagoa to Forepaw, and we went down to the seesaw to verify for ourselves. And with what we've done so far today, we are believing that there must be a good result. There must be a good. We expect that the spilled oil, though from our own observations, it is corn oil that caused the spill. So we are believing that at the end of the day, the government will do its work and will call to law the company that caused the spill.
No end.
We have maintained peace from the day one of this disaster. We are pleading with whatever agencies that are relevant that they should do the right thing. But the first thing first, the people are suffering. There are no, as you came here, it's obvious that there are no fishes, nothing here for people to eat. So the right thing first, the government should send palliatives to our people, at least to cushion the effect of this spillage. Then other thing is that going forward, NOSRA should be more responsive, because we cannot come here after 2 weeks and say the sample is this and that. We don't want those arguments. So next time, the government should take responsibility to ensure that they come here on time.
My call to NOSRA is that they should do their lab tests and bring accurate data for us, because this is not the first time samples are being collected and data is being analyzed. But the outcome has never been favorable to the cause of equity and justice for the Nigerian nation. Now they cannot tell me that Forepaw, Ekeni and Ezotu has visible pipeline crisscrossing the environment. This is an offshore leakage that has occurred. They should carry out the independent investigation. So any results that they will bring and say is vandalism, we cannot accept such results, because this is not an onshore, spill that has occurred. This is an offshore spill that has occurred, and this is not the first time this thing is happening in Forepaw, Ezetu and Ekeni. In 2006, to be precise, it was gas explosion that occurred. Expatriates, went in for it, and also Ijaw individuals went into it, but expatriates were compensated and Ijaw people were not compensated. This time around, we will not take anything less than justice for an answer. We will explore every legal means.
On the 3rd of January 2024, oil spillage occurred in my kingdom, which is Forepaw Medicine Kingdom and its environment. And the shoreline is, as I speak, is littered with the oil, and the ecosystem is destroyed. And basically, we are fishermen, and all our fishing gears have been destroyed. And as we are going out, you will see with every evidence that the environment is basically contaminated and everything is in disarray. So while here we have the NOSRA, we have representatives from Ministry of Environment and the various companies operating in my kingdom, the likes of Corn Oil, First TNP, the SPDC and the NEPL that are in operation. So we are here to carry out the joint investigation visit to ascertain which of the companies that caused the spillage.
Fishermen have struggled to make catch since the spill occurred, and they are expecting that the investigation by the relevant authorities will indeed lead to an end to the pollution.
Eyewitness Report gives you the opportunity to be a change agent in your community with pictures and videos. Simply take those images of activities around you and upload them on the Channels TV Eyewitness platform, which is available on the Channels TV app from the various app stores online. Launch the app and check for Eyewitness on the menu. Tap and follow the instructions on how to upload your pictures. That's where we draw the curtains on this edition of the program. See you again next week. I am Yomi Otaigbe.